It's the biggest crisis in Boeing's 103-year history. On Monday, after two fatal crashes involving its 737 MAX jetliner, Boeing fired its CEO, Dennis Muilenburg, for breaching the public's trust. The board of directors decided that a change in leadership was necessary to restore confidence in the company moving forward, as it works to repair relationships with regulators, customers, and all other stakeholders. 189 people died when a Lion Air 737 MAX crashed in Indonesia in October 2018. Less than 6 months later, another 157 people were killed when an Ethiopian Airlines jet, also a 737 MAX, crashed in the north of that country. The U.S. government forced Boeing to ground the jet until problems with both the operating software and with pilot training could be fixed.
We've made mistakes, and we've learned, and we are still learning.
But despite repeated promises from Muilenburg to get the planes back in the air by the end of this year, the problems continue. Regulators in the U.S. and Europe have refused to clear the 737 MAX's return to the skies, and lawsuits are pending.
The lawsuit alleges that the Lion Air crash was in part a result of unreasonably dangerous conditions of Boeing 737 MAX aircraft.
Boeing has lost more than $8 billion, and another 8,000 companies are also suffering from lost business. Airlines are scrambling to revise their business plans and juggle flight schedules since they don't want to use or buy jets with a dodgy safety record. And on Friday, Boeing had a setback in its space business. Its Starglider transport shuttle suffered technical problems, forcing NASA to ditch a planned docking with the International Space Station. The new CEO, David Calhoun, takes charge in January. It's now up to him to reassure everyone that Boeing is taking their faith in flying seriously. Rosiland, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Kyle Bailey is a former member of the Federal Aviation Administration. That's the U.S. government's regulator. He says Dennis Muilenburg's resignation was months overdue.
Dennis Muilenburg's, the main issue, I think, why he was let go is from his handling of the two unfortunate disasters. From that point, after the public relations, the image of the company, there was just no guidance, and quite frankly, it was a mess. And I think that's what ultimately led to the firing of Mr. Muilenburg. They're going in the right direction. I'm a little bit surprised that an outsider wasn't brought in, but honestly, you know, Mr. Muilenburg's departure is probably about 3 or 4 months overdue. And I think this is the next step forward, getting somebody who knows the business and is pretty much, you know, a new face who will guide the company the way it should be. Boeing is a very technical operation, even more so than an airline, because there's sophisticated engineering that's actually taking place. And I think Mr. Calhoun, with his background in General Electric, in the engines department, I think he's the right person internally from Boeing.